Hail Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. Today, we're talking about Season 2, Episodes 2 and 3 of the Disney Plus series, Daredevil Born Again. The episode's entitled, Shoot the Moon, a Hearts reference, and The Scales and the Sword. We open Episode 2 in the aftermath of the fight at the end of Episode 1. Cherry is still alive, is being placed in an ambulance as Matt looks on from the rooftops, holding the You're Welcome knife thrown by Bullseye. Meanwhile, Bullseye has gone to church to confess his sins to Sister Maggie from the Netflix show, but she's not on this show. so he agrees to confess to someone else. All this seems to be hinting at a redemption arc, possibly for Bullseye. We end Episode 3 with Matt and Karen freeing the prisoners, including the swordsman, from Red Hook. As they drive away, Fisk orders the ship, the Northern Star, to be destroyed, killing the laborers hired to move the arms shipments off the boat. I assume the intention is to blame vigilantes for terroristic violence, and we'll probably see that play out in the next episode.
Oh, sure.
All that said, Paul...
Matt!
What'd you think of Episodes 2 and 3 of Daredevil Born Again Season 2?
So, 2 I probably liked about as much as the first one.
Okay.
But 3 was really bad.
Okay.
It's like, I was texting you, I think, that it felt like AI had written it. There were so many, like, on-the-nose scenes, and it's as if, like, someone said, for this episode, we don't really need subtext. We could just have everything be text.
Yes. It does seem to follow that. I mean, I've heard this said about, like, modern streaming TV, like, that there's like some unwritten rule that you're supposed to clue people in as to where you are every few minutes because people are, like, watching on their phones or something like that. They're not paying attention. And so this feels a lot like that. Like, where are we in the story? Let me explain. Okay, thank you.
Well, it was like, that impossible, it's hard to even judge that stupid guy that gave him the information in the interrogation scene because it's sort of like so hard to believe. They didn't do any a decent job at all. It's like the guy, Matt Murdock, has a lie detector thing, but, and he's a lawyer. But, the height of his interrogation is, you're a liar! You're a liar!
You're lying to us. I guess that was an attempt to get him to give himself away if he was lying. But then even after he does that, and then Matt says to Karen, like, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Later he's like, if you're lying to
lie
me,
again.
you F. I'll find you. But also, it's weird, like, this guy, okay, sure, there are people in the AVTF that are unhappy with the system. Got it. But his point was like, I came to find you guys. And like, you came to find them as part of an AVTF raid? Like, wouldn't you, like, you come to them maybe without your outfit on and be like, look, I'm actually part of the AVTF, but I want to help you guys. As opposed to, I'm here to arrest and kill anyone I see. Oh, you got me. Anyway, I was here to help you, find you guys. So I'm trying to, okay, that's a weird time to, anyway. But
it's hard to, no.
Yeah, the interrogation scene was a goof. Yeah,
a number of things that were not satisfactory for me. I didn't like that scene between Karen and Matt when they were apparently trying to set up Karen killing again. I guess. I mean, she killed in the first season of the original.
She did series. Right. She's already happened. It's not a
and mentioned, I guess, that it's later told that she killed before that. So the fact that they have to have an argument, it's like oh shoot, Punisher's not going to be in here. Is there someone else who can perhaps argue for us killing people? Karen, she's friends with him.
Exactly, but also just beating a dead horse, so to speak. But he being mad is like so like how dare you want to follow in Punisher's footsteps, deadly violent. We don't murder people. We just cripple them, and we make them permanently scarred and disfigured, and we beat the living hell out of them, but by God, if you ever bring up the idea of killing someone, that's just a line I won't cross. Like, okay, fine. But I guess maybe the point of that, I don't know what the point was, but it maybe was to say, at least in part of that argument was, she is like, I wouldn't mind if the Punisher helped us. And he is, which he hates the idea of that. But then in his mind, he's like, the Bullseye helped me out, and, maybe he's not such a bad guy to help us out. And she's like, no way, Bullseye killed Foggy. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So,
really. It's like, wow, they're setting us up for, like, well, no, I guess Punisher's not going to be in this. But
right, he's not in it, yeah.
He'll help Matt. And, apparently he's Catholic. So, yeah, him and Matt will get along just great.
Right. And we do see Bullseye, obviously, kill a bunch of AVTF guys in the hospital.
Yes.
Theoretically, to help save Cherry, I guess. I mean, they were going to do something bad to Cherry. Anyway, we're not sure of his role in all this. We also have this odd thing where Vanessa has a dream that she's being shot by Bullseye. And she says in the dream, like, I know why you're hunting me. And we, in fact, see him in real life stalking her.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe it's as simple as, I'm not sure what his motivation is. Is it just, you're important to Fisk, and I want to hurt him by killing you? I mean, it could be that simple, but for the fact that they're showing her having dreams about it suggests there's more there. We do know that she hired Bullseye to kill Foggy, so maybe there's more to that story, more that went on there. I'll say this, just to throw it out there. She has that argument or discussion with Fisk. I don't know if it was after the dream or before, somewhere right in that area, where she's talking about, hey, you've done enough here. You're trying to create this legacy, and he's like, I want to be, world dominant or whatever. And she mentions something about having an heir, and he mentions something about
an island,
a generational thing or something like that. I'm just thinking about, is it possible we see her maybe get pregnant? Maybe there's like kid on the way, perhaps, like Kid Fisk. I'm just throwing that.
Prince Pin.
Right, exactly. Yes, Prince Pin, or just Prince. He dresses in purple.
No, I mean, he did have a child in the comics. That you can see in the story Into the Spider-Verse. Where Fisk was trying to get his wife Vanessa and their child back. Okay.
She's not visibly pregnant at this point, so it would
no.
There have to be a big time jump or something.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's good that Lily Taylor's getting some work.
Right, our governor.
I mean, they're slow walking on so many things, I guess, and that's what you got to do. The whole thing about will this political issue of the corruption with the frigate or whatever it is, the Red Hook, will that end up bringing him down, or
right? So that seems like the plan for Matt and Karen is they provided the governor with a copy of the Red Hook charter that I think maybe was somehow involved in Foggy's case before he was shot. I could be wrong on that. But the charter essentially allows the governor to revoke Fisk's ownership, and at least in the moment, it seems like she's perhaps intent on doing, and Fisk obviously doesn't want her to do that. So there's a rivalry there between the governor and
maybe we should mat her.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's agreed. Her lifespan could be short on this, but then their other part of the plan seems to involve exposing the use of the port for the military weapon smuggling. If we could just prove that Fisk was smuggling weapons through this port, like if we get the word out, then the people are going to turn on Fisk. And I do feel, this is more of a broader thing I've noticed in media generally, but I feel like there's an understandable blind spot in the mindset of people who are dedicated to the visual medium. And it's that belief that if people could just see on their screens what's actually happening, it would change their minds and create social change, Paul. I mean, a great example of this is the Firefly movie, Serenity. So that plot, it basically involves a massive effort to show the public a video of a scientist admitting that the government screwed up, accidentally created reavers and covered it up. And the idea is that people are going to stand up and they're going to demand accountability if they just see this 2-minute video. You're like, okay, I don't, I mean, what about the 3,000 TikTok posts that'll all say it's AI, fake news? It's just not that cut and dry. Like we showed this. Oh my God, look, guys, we made a video. The same thing with BB Urich. I'm doing a video. Look, and I'm showing I'm a fake Fisk saying I'm bad. Well, there we go. We're gonna turn. Everybody's gonna hate him now. No, no, that's just not. That's good on you, but no.
So what do you think? Do you think he betrays him or betrays BB, or sorry, you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, he being Daniel.
Daniel. Yeah, I think Dan betrays BB, or does he get killed trying to protect BB?
If I had to,
put money on it?
put a circus peanut on it, I would say he gets killed trying to help.
You mentioned circus peanuts, Matt.
All right, say what you will. I'm throwing it out there. In fact, I'm going to go one better. I'm going to go what I learned, unfortunately, from doing this show. The worst, way worse than circus peanuts is salt licorice.
Oh, okay.
I
thought you were going to say Foggy Nelson.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a rumor that, anyway, it's not just a rumor. On IMDb, he's listed as being in episode 8. Spoilers.
Well,
so I'm like, he's back. Is it a flashback? Is he not dead? Oh man! As long as it's episode 8 and it's not episodes 1 through 7, at least I'm fine with that. But all right, you taught me into it, Paul. If Daniel is still breathing at the end of episode 8, I will eat salt licorice for that recap. I gotta go order it now. Unless I'm really confident. You mentioned the interrogation scene. The scene to me that I just kind of did an eye roll on was during the big prison break scene.
Right.
Karen is waiting in the car outside the complex.
Right.
She runs into Angela.
Yep.
Who recognizes her, I think, from the wanted poster, maybe. It's the first time they've met. It's not like, oh, you. Hey. Angela says she just came to help.
Right.
But she was never told, A, that Red Hook is where her aunt is being held.
No.
Or B, that Matt and Karen would be breaking in that night.
Right.
So it's a very fortuitous meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Made even more so by the fact that she just happens to have a backpack full of AVTF guns and walkie-talkies. You can hear where they are. Oh, it's awesome. Then she says she's got an idea, and that idea turns out to be slashing the AVTF tires. Reasonable plan, good idea. But everything she does of importance after this very fortuitous meeting basically happens off-screen. She learns about Red Hook off-screen. She learns about the raid and decides to help off-screen. She beats up / kills AVTF agents and steals their gear off-screen. She disables the AVTF vehicles off-screen. It's just like, okay, so it's a Deus Ex Angela who comes in and is like, what do we need? Some walkie-talkies and maybe take rid of their vehicles? That's already done. I already did it. There we go. Good. You didn't need to see that, obviously. Hey, we done. Like, ugh. It felt very lazy in the writing. I'll say that. It was just like, ugh. That put a bad taste in my mouth. And I'll say a note to self, I suppose. Never take the gig of Kingpin's personal trainer. I actually kind of appreciated this scene because it's like he's just trying to motivate Fisk like you would do. Oh, you're taking a break? You only got 30 seconds. Come on, man. What are you? You're scared? You're not, he's just trying to do the typical patter of like a personal trainer. And it just gets him punched to death, essentially. We don't know if he died. The suggestion was he just got punched to death. And I'm like, oh, the guy's just giving you the motivational speech. But it does look like episode 4 is going to feature, I guess, a boxing match. Kingpin is some kind of public boxing match.
It's like you don't need to put any salt licorice on this or whatever. But
okay, good.
I predict that he's going to be mad before he gets into the ring. That's just my feeling.
Gonna get some bad news.
Yeah.
I mean, I hesitate to ask for more courtroom scenes because that could be the kiss of death. But I do think we need to see more of Matt's lawyer persona. fights crime in the courtroom, and then he puts on the mask and he fights crime in a different way in the streets. That's kind of it's the duality of Daredevil. And I assume they'll get back to court eventually, but I'm wondering, is that a season 3 thing? Or
that was the other thing that I forgot about that was just painful, was that courtroom scene. I mean, yes, it's supposed to be a kangaroo justice or whatever, but still, geez Louise.
I've got a question on that too. So, okay, you're right. That scene was kind of painful, and I've got a question. Okay, so it's his swordsman's trial.
Right.
We're told that Heather's psych evaluation is critical to putting the swordsman away. Oh, she had to change it. If she hadn't changed it, he'd be off.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's important to show that he's a danger to society.
Sure.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But I think it's McDuffie. McDuffie's defense seems to rest entirely on saying, you can't prove my client is the swordsman.
Right.
You don't have any proof. Yeah. And so we, the audience, know he is the swordsman.
That's true.
So when that defense inevitably fails, it's not like a huge shock to the viewer. Like, whoa, they showed he was the guy we knew he was the whole time.
Right.
Like, I get it. Maybe perhaps in an actual criminal proceeding, that might be your best defense. Look, we don't have anything else. Let's just say maybe they don't have enough proof to show who you are. Okay, fine. But in a TV show, shouldn't the question, I think, the more compelling debate to hear would be, what about the morality of vigilantism? Okay, yes, he's a swordsman, but he's actually doing good works, and here's the things he's done, or whatever the argument might be.
Well, that might be a more interesting thing. I think that works more if you don't have a law that says that you can't be one.
Well, it's just.
I think that kind of cuts down the thing. Like, you can't argue a law like, oh, maybe the law is bad.
I mean, you can argue it. You'll lose, but you can argue.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It just what did feel that compelling to be like, oh my God, you guys can't prove he's the guy that we all know he is. Right. And why couldn't they prove that? There's video of him. We saw his character back in Hawkeye. He had swords all over. He had a big sword collection. He's I think, kind of a noted swordsman. If you were going to collect evidence, that would be part of your evidentiary.
Yes, it would be.
Then you'd oh, look, we did a geofence and we found out his phone was in the same area where all these events happened. Whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we didn't get any of that, though.
I feel like, I was like, what is the point of this? I think the point should be, for the show, like an actual little debate on the morality of vigilantism. I think there's something about that. Like, I'm not sold on vigilantism. We've had plenty of examples in the U.S. history of really bad vigilantes. But then, there's another side to that. Anyway, just saying that's more interesting to me than, hey,
that's
this guy
more
knows the
interesting, I guess. I mean, for you, I think it would work better if, A, they wouldn't have this law that says if you're a vigilante, boom. Then it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're a vigilante. But if you didn't have that, and if it was between Matt and Bullseye or something, or the Punisher, then you'd be in favor of it.
Or maybe it's somebody we don't know. We the audience don't know if they're a vigilante. We're like, wait, what is the evidence? What I don't know. Anyway, it felt a little.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they were trying to establish was. It didn't seem like they were acting in good faith. Those judges,
right? They showed the one judge like drinking some kind of acid or something. You're like, I don't like the way this is going. Yeah. So yes, they were all under orders to kangaroo court it. Yeah.
Right, and they certainly wanted to, have. They're watching a live court case, so that Kingpin can clap and be happy.
Yep.
And Matt can kibitz. So. Yep. I guess it's interesting that they're trying to establish something going on between Buck and Heather.
Right.
I guess that wasn't so bad, that conversation. So bad.
Where they were talking about the courts and the king
and
the queen.
Yes. Yeah. And how
these the men at arms.
Danny is growing on him.
That's right. He's not the jester. He's deceptively, competent.
It gave him a good piece of junk food or whatever.
Which maybe in the end, let's face it, Buck is Fisk's enforcer. We saw that in episode 1.
Sure.
So if I don't end up having to eat salt licorice, I think it might be because Buck is ordered to go bump off Daniel, right? That could be your thing. Like, oh, I like you, but I have to do this for Fisk. Anyway. So, yeah, Daniel's in trouble. I do feel like I'm putting a risk on there. I'll just say that. But salt licorice never lies. Now, something else that was, I feel like I'm just crapping on these episodes, but something else that was supposed to be a shock, I think, is that, at the end of episode 3, Fisk, it's like, Fisk blew up the boat. He killed them all. And there's, credits.
I don't think that was supposed to be a surprise. They certainly, because the guy had asked him, like, look, he's like, oh, I want to handle this myself. And he's like, okay, well, if you're willing for them to die, and he's like, oh, okay. So it was clear to me what was going on there. Those are the poor suckers that guy found.
It was a shock to Matt and Karen, I guess. But
yeah, he wasn't in the room with that meeting.
But I was just like, Kingpin already sank the ship in episode 1. I mean, he didn't push the button, but he was like, here's the order. If it gets boarded, you sink the boat. And so he drowned everybody but the captain and the first mate already a couple of days earlier. So for him to kill everyone on the board again, it didn't feel like an escalation as much as it was just like more of the same. I kill people that are involved with this boat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if in the next episode Matt and Karen are going to feel guilty about even bothering. To me, the whole release of the prisoners seemed like more than they should have hoped for. Obviously that's not why he was there. He wasn't.
Yeah, so he had to make the choice, right? He hears the watch in the box, and so he's like, okay, I can go get that box and prove that there's arms. Or, oops, I hear now voices. It sounds like, oh, there's a whole bunch of prisoners. I can either choose one or the other. And he chooses to free the prisoners instead. Which is cool. That's a, hero's dilemma kind of thing.
I guess. Unfortunately, it was like, we could have had the evidence that, would end Fisk's career. But it's more important to, free these people who I guess are going to help. They're going to try to stay away from they're going to hide so that people have to look for them. And there'll be, more resistance against Fisk, I guess. I
just thought of this, actually. I mean, not that, whatever. There's plenty of reasons that you could explain this away. But at the end of season 1, Punisher was one of those prisoners.
Sure.
And in the post-credit scene, he talks his way, and the guard gets too close, and then he, basically escapes.
Yes.
And he, but what I always had kind of half assumed that he then freed everyone else that was there. But nope. No, he freed himself and got the hell out of Dodge. Okay. So good on you, Punisher. Good job. I mean, I suppose, Angela's aunt getting captured off the street, certainly analogous to ICE. Sadly, we don't have to, resort to fiction to see examples of that in actual life. It looks like we're headed towards Fisk is going to use this to try to get public sentiment against vigilantes. They blew up this boat. And then maybe, as you say, some of these released prisoners will now join Team Karen and Matt, and they'll increase their ranks. We'll see how this works in episode 4, Paul.
Okay.
So we'll be back talking about episode 4. Thank you as always, Paul. Appreciate it, good sir.
No problem.
And we'll talk to everybody next time. Bye.